to Inside Penguins Hockey, presented by Comcast. Steve Mears here with Kris Letang and Alex Goligoski, and a fantastic crowd at Mellon Arena. Now time for questions from our audience members. Dan, take it away downstairs.
Jamie, thank you. Who's your question for?
Alex, what's the biggest difference from playing at Minnesota to playing pro?
I would say definitely the talent level of the people you're playing against. It's obviously different leagues, different lifestyle too. We're in college, going to classes, and playing hockey, and here it's all hockey, so you can focus a little more on that. So definitely, I would just say the whole school aspect of it.
Marianne, you're up next.
Hi, my question's for Kris. My family and I like to get to our seats to watch warm-ups, and we noticed that you seem to have inherited clearing the pucks from Ryan Malone from the goal. Is there a reason why you do it? Did you lose a bet?
Actually, we were in training camp 2 years ago, and we were in warm-up, and we never decided who was going to pick up the puck. And we were like 3 minutes in, and nobody was picking up anything. So I went in, and we won the game. So I kept doing it, and it's kind of a boring job, and I try to get out of the way every year, but I stick with it and can't get rid of it.
All right, Bill is up next, and I have granted him permission to ask both of you the same question.
Thanks, Dan. You're both such solid offensive puck movers, and I know in the NHL it's defense first, but did you ever have a really big day in juniors or in the A when you just everything went in and every stretch pass was a breakaway?
It happened in junior, I would say. I had a game with 3 goals and 2 assists, so I think it was my big offensive game.
Yeah, I had a couple games. I've never had a hat trick, but had a couple big games. There's games where, like you said, things just seem to go your way, and it happens every now and then. Like it to happen more, but it's the way it is.
Our last question, and why don't you go ahead and say what you were really going to say before you ask your real question?
Oh, I was going to ask Kris Letang if he has a hat on because he's going bald like Dan. But
does that answer your question?
Actually,
looks pretty good, doesn't it?
I'm really far from it. Really far.
Okay,
I think
ask your real question.
I'm going to have more hair at 80 than Dan right now.
I'm staying out of this.
It's on, Dan.
Yeah, you happy now? Okay, go ahead.
Kris, did you have a role model growing up that you wanted to play like?
Growing up, I would say I was a big fan of Mario, obviously, and I was a big fan of the Pittsburgh team. And it was funny because when I got drafted, the previous week I ended up like meeting the team, and my cell phone rang in the room. Like, I was like really ashamed because you really like you close your cell phone, you make sure like your meeting is going well, and end up like getting drafted here. So it was kind of a sign from the beginning. So.
All right, well, we're going to take a break and return. We'll have some one-timers. We'll wrap things up with Kris Letang and Alex Goligoski coming up here on this edition of Inside Penguins Hockey, presented by Comcast. Welcome back once again. We're wrapping things up with Alex Goligoski and Kris Letang. You're on Inside Penguins Hockey, presented by Comcast. Time for some one-timers here before we close out the show. Alex, we'll start with you. Favorite sport to play other than hockey?
Baseball.
Baseball. You played when you were younger?
Yep, played all the way through high school. Loved baseball, but had to go with hockey.
Best player you ever played with before coming to Pittsburgh?
Probably Phil Kessel.
Pretty talented player there for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Favorite road arena in the NHL?
Oh, tough one. I would say either Philadelphia. Yeah. Oh, I like playing there.
He likes going and beating the Flyers there.
I like winning there. And I like playing in Toronto, too.
How about all-time favorite movie?
Braveheart.
Very good choice. And finally, funniest teammate?
Bill Guerin.
It's automatic now. I'm asking every guy for the rest of the year. It's going to be Billy G, seems like, with every answer. All right, Kris, toughest forward to stop one-on-one in the NHL?
I would say Pavel Datsuk.
Really? Because he's so skilled, right?
Yeah, he's skilled and really strong on his skate. It's tough to. As soon as you hit him on one side, he's like he's gonna spin on one of the other side. So
Best advice anyone ever gave you?
never give up, even if you're small and skinny. So.
If you could have last CD ever made, which album would it be, or artist?
Metallica.
Yeah, big Metallica fan. That's right. I remember you telling me that earlier in the year. Finally, dinner with anyone in history. Who would it be?
Anthony Hopkins.
Anthony Hopkins. You're a big fan of his, huh?
Yeah. Every movie, I think it's he's one of the best actor out there, and the way that he acts in Hannibal Lecter and all these like creepy movie.
We're learning so much about Kris Letang here on Inside Penguins Hockey. Let's hear it for Kris Letang and Alex Goligoski. Great show as always. Big thanks to another incredible crowd here at Mellon Arena. And we'll see you next time on Inside Penguins Hockey presented by Comcast.